Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and to a new video. So one of my recent videos I shared with you a method so you can optimize your stop loss and as a result your expectancy of a trade and the return of investment. Guys, if you didn't watch that video or if you watched it but you didn't apply what I showed you, I'm sorry, but you are either lazy as hell or you are an idiot, because you're literally missing out on free money. Whatever strategy you are using right now, there is a 90% chance that your stop loss is not optimal. What I mean by that is that suppose that this is your entry pattern. This is just an example. Once price breaks a former high, just a simple one, you enter from here and this is your stop loss and you take 1.5 R each time, or dynamic TP, doesn't matter. We're gonna focus on the stop loss. If you go to your winners, I'm sure that most of them, it won't go to here and then go to your TP. You will notice that a lot of them will go here, here, some of them with no drawdown. Here you will notice that there is a small percentage of winners went all the way to here, and then what happened? Went to your profit. So what you can do is that you can reduce the stop loss and let few winners turn into losers, but you are getting, instead of 1.5 R at first, you have now 1.8 R as an average RR. That is an insane change in the long run. Alright, the expectancy will skyrocket. The win rate will drop few. So if you have a sample of 100 winner, right, and 6 of them went below this and then reached TP. And now if you have a strategy of 50% with 1.5 R, right, now it's gonna drop to maybe 47, right? Those 6 losers or 5 losers, half of them is gonna go. You're gonna remove them from the 50 winner, right, and add them to the losers. So yeah, the win rate is gonna decrease a bit, but you're getting a better RR, right? So the question that I received a lot from this, and again, if you see this right here, what if that you can just, instead of doing this, keeping the profit here, you can increase it just with few points. And you can go to 2R by increasing it by just few points. So by just reducing the stop loss, right, you can literally go from unprofitable to profitable with a simple optimization here. All right. So one of the questions that I received, a lot of them actually, about how you can calculate this, the most effective way of using this, because not a lot of traders have this information about how price went against them before reaching TP, and this is called actually the maximum adverse excursion or excursion. So it measures the largest loss suffered by a single trade while it is open. For example, a trade may end up closing at a profit of say 14 point, but while that trade was open, at one point the trade was at loss of 13 point, right? So that's the definition of it and how you can calculate it, or the best way to calculate it. So what you can do, first of all, you need to have a data set or a journal that you keep your winners. So you're gonna take your winners, separate them, and you can use a tool that I'm gonna show you. So I run this with ChatGPT. It offered some solutions. Most of them are complicated, like creating an OpenCV model or something like that. Given it some traits to train it, it's way complicated for you guys if you don't have a computer science background. So instead, I thought of something better, which is basically just a tool, right? Let me show you. When you click on it, it's going to give you, first of all, this to choose the color of the tool. Let's do blue, and it's going to give you this rectangle right here. All right. So what you can do is you can drag it and you can see it has lines. So you will basically use or try to resize it to fit the stop loss. Beautiful. And you're gonna go to each screenshot to calculate and or see visually, see how much price went before going to TP. 40%, you're gonna use a Notion database or an Excel, whatever. So let me show you a sample of that also, so you won't get lost. So as you can see, just a simple data set like this. It doesn't have to be crazy. So this is going to stay at on top, so you won't have to look for it every single time. And just a simple table like this. Go through each screenshot. So resize this to that stop loss box, and see how much price went against you and record it here. So from here you can see that first one went 20. I recommend you to go at least 100. All right, at least 100. Here I have 120. So you can see from here 20, 48, 35, 35%, right? 90%. This one went all the way, then reversed. This one 1%, no drawdown. 45, 19, 20, 72, 70, 35. So let me show you the results. And here you can see the max adverse excursion results analysis. Here's the breakdown. I asked ChatGPT to give me this. So as you can see that above the 60%. So how much or how many trades that went into drawdown more than 60%, 23 trades out of 120. All right. And above 70%, 14 trades, above 75%, 9 trades, above 80%, 7 trades. So I went with this one right here, and that means that I can set my stop loss at 80%. I'm gonna let these 7 trades turn into losers. So 7 out of 120 trade, I'm gonna let them turn into losers. But this is how much I'm gonna win. So suppose this is 1.5 R, and let's remove this line. Now I'm gonna resize this to here. Beautiful. Now my stop loss will go from this to here. Now it went from 1.5 R to 1.885 R. This is again huge in terms of expectancy. So suppose that we're gonna do the start balance of 10,000, number of trades 100, the typical risk 1%, and here we're gonna do 1.5 first. All right, so I'm gonna show you the difference. The loss, let's say that the percentage, let's say 50%, right? We had 50% with this. If we calculate, we're gonna see that the average gain per trade, the expectancy is gonna be 0.25%. The return of investment is gonna be this one. Now suppose that we're gonna go to the new one, 85, right? And the win rate is gonna decrease, so it's gonna go, suppose that's out of 120 we get six losers, and now we're gonna take from 50, it's gonna be 3, so it's gonna go to 47, suppose, right? Now watch what's gonna happen to the average gain per trade. It went to 0.34%. And also watch the return of investment. Return of investment, it was basically, what was it before? I forgot. $27, so it went up by 10%. That's a lot. All right. And also you can use, so again you can see, and this is pure data, guys. This is not something magical or something that's gonna stop working. I'm having a data set, 120 trade. If you're not confident with 120 trade, you can have 200 and look for the optimal stop loss. There's a good chance that you're gonna reduce the stop loss. You're not gonna leave it like that, all right? And here also you can see that you can increase this, because a lot of time if you're taking these trades, most of them will go over this. Like, how many of them is gonna do this and then reverse and hit break even? Very few, right? A lot of them will just go above. So you can also milk this, and it was from here, all right? And this simple increase, it's gonna take you to 2R. Just this simple few points here. And if not, if price decided to do this and reversed, you're gonna have break even, all right? No problem. But most of them is gonna hit the 2R. And now look at the average gain per trade. Oh, not this. 0.41. And just that small increase right here, the return of investment jumped by another 10%. This is just insane, guys. All right? This is why I said that you're missing out on free money if you didn't apply what I showed you in that video. All right? And even if you're not going to see these jumps in expectancy and the return of investment, you're still going to have enhancements in these metrics right here. I guarantee you that. But first, you need data. All right? You need the data for it. But this tool right here, I made the video specifically for this. All these things that I said and what I showed you here is just to reinforce what I showed you in that previous video, right? But this is how the tool works. Again, I'm gonna leave the link for it down below. It's gonna be a Windows program, right? You can run it by VirusTotal to see, to make sure. And if you have a Mac machine, I do have the Python code, so maybe you can DM me in my Twitter and we can work something out. I'm gonna try to, or figure a way to make it compatible with Mac computers. All right? So I believe this is the end of this video, right? If you have any other questions, you can always leave a comment down below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. Now happy trading and good luck.